Chosen one, God's last move will shock you. There's something happening right now in the realm of the spirit that you can feel even if you can't see it. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. The spiritual climate is changing. And what I'm about to share with you is not just another encouraging word to get you through another day. This is about the final strategic maneuver in a divine plan that has been in motion longer than you realize. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the story you were always meant to live. The chapters of waiting, testing, and preparation are closing, and what's opening up before you will redefine everything you thought you knew about your purpose and your destiny. Before we continue, I need you to do something sacred with me right now. Take a moment and pause. If you sense that this message is for you, if something in your spirit is already stirring as you hear these words, I want you to go to the comment section and write down your deepest wish, followed by 777. This is not superstition. This is about creating alignment with heaven's timing, making a declaration of faith, and activating the divine agreement that is already over your life. And if this message is resonating with your soul, hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, because what we're about to unpack is part of a journey that will continue to unfold. Now let's dive into what God is orchestrating right now and why His last move is going to shock you and everyone who knows your story. Everything in your life is about to align in ways you could never have arranged yourself. The conversations you're about to have will lead to doors opening that you didn't even know existed. The delays that frustrated you are going to start making perfect sense. People are going to show up in your path as if placed there by an unseen hand, because they were. This is divine orchestration at the highest level, and it's already underway. You've been positioned through what looked like chaos, but it was actually precise cosmic planning. Every moment of confusion, every season of waiting, every time you questioned if God had forgotten about you, it was all part of the setup for what's coming now. And here's what you need to understand clearly. The enemy has been working overtime, trying to confuse you, trying to discourage you, trying to make you doubt the very things God whispered to you in secret. The reason the attacks have been so relentless is because your faith has already positioned you for breakthrough, and nothing, not disappointment, not betrayal, not delay, can stop what's coming. Most people expect God's biggest moves to come with fireworks and clear announcements, with trumpets blaring and unmistakable signs. But here's the truth. The most powerful moves of God often arrive quietly, almost silently at first. They don't need to shout because they carry the full weight of heaven behind them. This last move is not just about external miracles showing up in your life. It's about God preparing you internally to carry the weight of the blessings that are coming. Every door that closed was not rejection. It was protection and preparation. Every season that felt like it would break you was actually building you. God has been cultivating things inside you that cannot be rushed. Patience that doesn't waver under pressure, resilience that doesn't crack under strain, and discernment that cannot be fooled by counterfeits. These are not just nice qualities to have, they are weapons you will need for the next level of your assignment. You see, wisdom does not come from winning quickly. It comes from enduring when every part of you wanted to quit. It comes from those nights when you wrestled in prayer, when you cried out and heard nothing but silence, when you had to choose trust over the temptation to give up. That's where the real transformation happened. That's where God was shaping you into someone who could handle what He's about to release into your hands. And now you're standing at the edge of seeing why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. The delay was not denial. The silence was not abandonment. It was strategy unfolding beyond your view. Right now, there's a restlessness in your spirit. You can feel it. There's a tension, like you're standing between not yet and any moment now. You're tired of waiting, but you can also sense that something is shifting in the atmosphere. And I need you to understand something crucial. That tension you're feeling is not a bad sign. It's actually confirmation. It means you're in the space right before breakthrough happens, and the enemy knows it. That's why you've been under such heavy attack recently. That's why everything has felt harder than usual. But look at what's actually happening around you right now. People who used to drain you are falling away without you having to push them away. Situations that kept you stuck are losing their grip on you. Even your own desires are changing, becoming more aligned with what God has always intended for your life. This is not random. This is divine pruning in action, and it's making room for what's about to manifest. You have been in a refining fire. And yes, it has been intense. Yes, it has been painful. But that pressure was not meant to break you. It was meant to prepare you to carry what's coming. Every time you felt like you were losing something, you were actually being positioned for something greater. God is clearing out everything that cannot go where you're going, and He's strengthening everything that needs to remain. You are not being punished. You are being prepared for promotion to a level you've never experienced before. The battle before breakthrough is always the fiercest. The enemy's primary weapons right now are distraction, discouragement, and exhaustion. He wants to wear you down right before the finish line, to make you give up right before the harvest comes. But here's what the enemy knows that you need to remember. You're not just about to survive anymore. You're about to step into divine authority and power. You're about to shift from being lifted occasionally to being established permanently. And when this move happens, when heaven releases what has been held in reserve specifically for you, it's going to be so undeniable that even the people who doubted you will have to acknowledge the hand of God on your life. You will be living proof that God finishes what He starts and keeps every promise He makes. So stay alert right now. Guard your energy carefully. Protect your focus intentionally. Don't wait until the moment arrives to prepare. Prepare now in this season. Your positioning is happening right now, even as you listen to these words. It's not happening by accident. It's happening by divine design. And your only job is to stay aligned, stay obedient, and stay expectant for what God is doing. When I talk about positioning, I'm not talking about your physical location or your job title or your social status in the world. I'm talking about spiritual, mental, and emotional alignment with heaven's plan for your life. You're being positioned in the unseen realm where real authority is established and maintained. And the sign that this is happening is the heightened awareness you've been experiencing lately. You're picking up on things you used to overlook. You're feeling a sense of urgency that you can't fully explain to others. You're developing a level of discernment that's making you question relationships, opportunities, and paths you once thought were fine. This is not paranoia. This is God training you to respond instead of react, to move with wisdom instead of impulse, to operate from strategy instead of emotion. The uncertainty you've been feeling is not punishment, it's preparation. God is training you to trust Him with blessings you've never held before, to steward opportunities you've never had access to walk in favor you haven't experienced yet. The unfamiliarity is intentional. You're rehearsing for a life that doesn't look like your past, and that requires a different version of you. That's what this whole season has been about. Upgrading your capacity, expanding your mindset, and aligning your spirit with the frequency of heaven's next move in your life. Think about everything you've been through up until this point. Every obstacle was not there to stop you, it was there to train you for what's ahead. When people underestimated you, it taught you quiet strength and humility. When you were betrayed, it taught you discernment about people's true motives. When opportunities fell through, it taught you to trust God's timing over your own understanding and plans. None of it was wasted. All of it was necessary for your development. And here's the part that will blow your mind when you look back on it. You were never just being prepared for your own blessing alone. You're part of a larger strategy that God is executing. God is positioning you to carry something that will impact others beyond yourself, to be a testament to His faithfulness, to open doors for people coming behind you. The timing had to be this precise because the blessing is not just for you, it's designed to flow through you to bless others. So what are the signs that this move is actually happening right now? First, you're experiencing clarity in your prayer life that you haven't had in a while. Things that were confusing are becoming clear. Second, opportunities are surfacing that are strangely aligned with what you've been praying for, even if they don't look exactly how you imagined they would. Third, you have a peace that doesn't make logical sense given your current circumstances. That peace is God speaking through the shift, confirming that He's in control of everything. Pay attention to these signs carefully. They're not coincidences, they're confirmations from heaven. And here's what you need to start doing right now. Thank God for all the days, not just the good ones. Thank Him for the hard days because they built you into who you are. Thank Him for the delays because they protected you from wrong timing and wrong connections. Thank Him for the losses because they cleared space for what He's bringing into your life. Gratitude is not just a nice spiritual practice. It's a weapon that shifts the atmosphere around you and positions you for overflow and abundance. And when this move fully manifests, when you look back and see how every piece fit together perfectly, the heaviness you've been carrying is going to lift. You're going to understand the path in a way that brings tears of relief instead of pain. You're going to enter a spiritual state where your readiness meets heaven's will, and that's where miracles are born and sustained. Now let me tell you what this move is going to look like, because it's not what most people expect. It's not going to be a lightning strike that changes everything in one instant. It's going to be more like a wave, building momentum far out where you can't see it, gathering strength and force, and then crashing into your reality with unstoppable power. It's going to start subtly, small shifts here and there, tiny confirmations, breadcrumbs of favor that you might be tempted to dismiss as coincidence or luck. But don't miss them. God is unfolding His strategy piece by piece, step by step, and He's watching to see if you have the eyes of faith to recognize what He's doing before it becomes obvious to everyone else around you. This is critical to understand. The move won't announce itself loudly at first. It will test whether you're spiritually awake, whether you're paying attention to the details, whether you've developed the discernment to see God's hand in the small things. Watch for the rearrangement happening around you. Watch for the shifts in relationships, in opportunities, in your own heart and desires. These are the breadcrumbs creating a trail to the fullness of what God has prepared for you. When this move comes in its fullness, it's going to be complete, intentional, and irreversible. What God removes from your life won't be coming back. What He closes won't reopen, and what He gives you won't be taken away unless you choose to release it yourself. This is why you need to guard yourself carefully through this transition period. The enemy knows he can't stop what's coming, so his strategy now is to distract you, to make you compromise your values, to pull you off course just enough that you miss the divine alignment. You're going to see old people from your past reappearing in your life. You're going to be presented with opportunities that seem good on the surface, but require you to compromise who you are to access them. You're going to face temptations you thought you were done with. This is resistance. This is the enemy's last-ditch effort to delay what heaven has already released over your life. Discernment is your weapon right now. The enemy's true goal is not your destruction, it's your delay. He wants you to miss the moment, to be out of position when heaven moves, to settle for less than what God intended for you. Every choice you make right now matters significantly. Every relationship you entertain matters. Every door you walk through matters. So let me tell you what needs to be eliminated from your life immediately. Doubt that questions God's faithfulness, fear that paralyzes your forward movement, energy drainers who take but never give, and relationships that ended without closure for a reason. If something ended and there was no closure, trust that. Don't go digging it back up. God is pruning your life with surgical precision, removing everything that can't produce fruit in this new season you're entering. Don't fight His pruning. Don't try to hold on to things He's cutting away. Let them go with faith and trust. What's coming is going to feel like overflow in every area of your life. Multiple things are going to happen at once. Prayers you've been praying for years are going to start manifesting faster than you expected. Doors are going to open in rapid succession. And if you're not prepared, if your capacity is not ready, you'll be overwhelmed by the very blessings you asked for. This is why the preparation phase was so important. God was not just testing your patience, He was expanding your capacity to receive. He was building you into someone who could handle increase without losing yourself in the process. So ask yourself right now, is there bitterness I need to release before the blessing comes? Is there fear I need to confront head-on? Are there skills I need to sharpen and develop? Build your readiness before the moment arrives, because when it comes, it's going to move fast, and you need to be able to move with it and flow with what God is doing. And here's something else you need to understand. Not everyone is going to celebrate what God is about to do in your life. Some people are going to question it. Some will doubt it. Some will even resent it, because your elevation will expose their own stagnation. That's okay. When the Red Sea parted, Pharaoh's army did not celebrate. They chased after with weapons. When David was anointed king, his own brothers mocked and dismissed him. When Jesus performed miracles, the religious leaders plotted to destroy him. Breakthrough often confuses and disturbs people, especially those who are not aligned with your calling and purpose. So stop apologizing for your calling. Stop shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable. Stop downplaying what God is doing in your life because someone else does not have the capacity to understand it. What God is about to do in your life is going to prove several things to everyone watching. His faithfulness to every promise He made you. That the delays were not denials, but divine protection. That the pain was not pointless, but purposeful. That the waiting was not wasted, but invested. And that the silence was not absence, but strategy. Every single tear you cried was a seed planted in fertile soil. Every single prayer you whispered in desperation was heard by heaven. And now, the harvest is coming in full force. You'll know when it arrives because you won't have to force anything. You won't have to beg anyone for recognition. You won't have to prove to people that it's your time. The fruit will speak for itself. The favor will be undeniable to everyone. The peace will be unshakable in your spirit. And even the people who doubted you will have to acknowledge that God's hand is clearly on your life. This is what complete alignment looks like. When heaven confirms what your faith already knew deep down. So here's the vision I want to leave you with today. What's about to be redefined in your life is not just your circumstances, it's your entire destiny being completely rewritten from heaven. Every delay was protection from something that would have derailed you from your true path and divine assignment. Every closed door was redirection towards something exponentially better than what you originally wanted. Every tear was a seed that's about to produce a harvest you cannot even imagine yet. In your wildest dreams, the weight you've been carrying is about to be lifted completely and permanently. The cycles you've been trapped in are about to be broken forever. The paths that seemed lost forever are about to reopen in ways that prove God never forgot about you for even one moment. And let me tell you something else that's about to happen in your life. The shame you've carried is about to be replaced with honor. The rejection you experienced is about to be replaced with acceptance and celebration. The scarcity you've known is about to be replaced with abundance that overflows. The confusion you've walked in is about to be replaced with clarity and divine direction. The weariness you've felt is about to be replaced with supernatural strength and renewed energy. This is not just a minor adjustment in your life. This is a complete transformation of everything you've known. God is about to show you that He was never late, never early, but always right on time, with perfect precision. The people who walked away will see what they missed and regret their decision. The opportunities that passed will reveal why they had to pass you by. The prayers that seemed unanswered will show they were being answered in a greater way than you asked or imagined. Everything that looked like a no was actually God protecting you for a bigger yes. Everything that felt like an ending was actually setting up a new beginning that will surpass anything you lost along the way. Heaven is turning the page on your story right now in this moment. The old chapter is closing behind you forever. The new chapter is beginning with divine power, and all you have to do is step into it with unwavering faith, knowing that your victory was already written in heaven before the battle even started. This is God's last move, and it's going to shock you, shock your family, shock your enemies, and shock everyone who thought your story was over. But you know better. You've always known better deep in your spirit, because that still, small voice has been whispering the truth to you this whole time. Your greatest days are not behind you. They are right in front of you. Now believe it with everything in you, receive it with open hands, and walk into it with the confidence of someone who knows that when God makes a move, it is final, it is complete, and it is absolutely unstoppable.